Music plays a big part in my life. I'm a huge fan of the 60s. The 70s and 80s were fine, but music ever since then has never really grabbed me. This guy Prince, to be honest, I would not have a clue of any songs that he's sung. Would not have a clue. But this guy's got my greatest respect. When I saw this interview he did, it goes back over 6 years. I think I saw it about 3 years ago when I was heavily involved with chemtrails. Let's just go back over 6 years and listen to what he says.
What he said affects all of us. He said something that really hit home about this phenomena of chemtrails. And, you know, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time. And so, oh, that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing, and you didn't know why. Okay? And you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting. So he started riffing about the chemtrails. And he started to say things that hit home so hard. And I would recommend that everybody try to get what he said online or wherever and try to get a copy of it and just listen to it.
So there you have it. This guy spoke about chemtrails, something that's never talked about. We never hear it on the mainstream media. We don't hear it from any of our politicians, governments. It's a no-no. We're not allowed to talk about chemtrails because there's something nefarious going on. Did this guy risk his life by talking about it? Who knows? So today, April 22nd, what news do we have? By golly geez, Prince dies at age 57, Friday the 22nd of April 2016. Interesting. So, to find the news, let's just go to the Daily Mail because they seem to have it within minutes. Let's read this. Prince's overdose. Pop star 57 had to make emergency landing in his private jet and be given a save shot 6 days before his death. A save shot. Maybe there was a little bit more in this save shot than we know about. But refused to stay in hospital because he couldn't get a private room. You wonder how Daily Mail seems to know all this stuff only hours after this occurred, after his death. Prince was treated for an overdose just 6 days before he was found dead in his Minnesota estate. Sources say, isn't it funny how, well, it's not funny, but a lot of musicians, entertainers seem to die mysteriously. They don't seem to die a normal death. You can just go recently, well, we've got Prince here, we go back, there's Joan Rivers, you know what she was famous for saying, exposing Michael, transgender Michael, David Bowie, even Wacko Jacko Jackson. You can go, list just grows and grows, go all the way back to Marilyn Monroe. All mysterious deaths, and they all seem to either be overdosed or commit suicide, what have you. Very suspicious. But anyway, keep going. Prince's private plane made an emergency landing in Illinois so he could be rushed to hospital. Though representatives said he was battling the flu, I wonder who these representatives are. Sources said that the doctors gave him a save shot, which is usually administered to counteract opiate effects. Though he was advised to stay overnight, he left after 3 hours because he wasn't able to get a private room. So you honestly believe that this guy couldn't afford a private room? And you're honestly telling me that there wasn't a bed available for him in the private room? Okay. The 57-year-old music icon was then seen on Wednesday at a Walgreens pharmacy looking frail and nervous. So that's the only time they saw him, just amazingly, near a pharmacy. Drugs, that's right. And of course he was looking frail and nervous. Who told Daily Mail this? He died at 57 at his Paisley Park estate in Minnesota today after being found unresponsive in an elevator. They're always found by someone. They never seem to die with friends or family. They always seem to be found by someone. Paramedics and police were called and tried to revive him with CPR, but he was pronounced dead at 10:10 a.m. His cause of death is not known, but a 911 dispatcher briefed an incoming paramedic. Male down, not breathing. Oh, really? Music icon appeared at a gig on Saturday and told fans, wait a few days before you waste any prayers. That's interesting. Oh, you know it's genuine, because there it is. President Obama joined stars including Madonna, Boy George, Mariah Carey and Ronnie Wood in paying tribute. Well, if President Obama pays tribute, well, you know it's genuine. Though his representatives said he was battling the flu, multiple sources told TMZ that doctors gave him a safe shot, which is usually given in dire circumstances to drug overdose victims. The sources said that doctors advised Prince to stay at the hospital for 24 hours, but when he wasn't given a private room, he and his representatives decided to leave. When he left the hospital, Prince was not doing well, the sources added. I wonder who these representatives are that seem to be hanging around him. He was released 3 hours later and made an appearance at a party in Minnesota the next day, telling fans to wait a few days before you waste any prayers. So this guy was feeling like shit, and he does a gig at a party. Yeah, okay. It is unknown why he went to the store himself or if he picked up a prescription, though per Walgreens protocol, anyone with Prince's phone number and address could have retrieved medication for him. Prince was found unresponsive in the elevator at 9:43 a.m. and was pronounced dead less than 30 minutes later. So you wonder when he was really murdered. Would have been a lot earlier than that. His cause of death is not known. There it goes again. Oh, someone just captured him walking to the pharmacy. How amazing. There it is again. It is unknown why he went to the store himself or if he picked up a prescription, but he was reportedly looking frail and nervous. Reportedly looking frail and nervous. Here he goes. Paramedics arrive. Yeah, okay. Bit late. Here he is at the Saturday dance party in Minnesota. Oh, someone's captured him riding his bike on the Sunday. So he's pretty healthy a few days ago. There he is. Okay. The legendary singer had a history of epilepsy, which according to the CDC can make sufferers more vulnerable to developing serious complications from flu. He made several visits to the drugstore, according to TMZ, which came just days after he was rushed to hospital from his private plane with severe flu symptoms. So they seem to know all this within hours of him dying. It's amazing that. He previously revealed that he was epileptic and had suffered seizures as a child. He was bullied at school over his condition, which he said he dealt with by developing his iconic larger-than-life personality. The singer, a devout Jehovah's Witness, later told his mother he had been cured by an angel. The CDC warned that epilepsy can make sufferers more vulnerable to developing serious complications from the flu. Meanwhile, Aretha Franklin made the bizarre suggestion that Prince may have contracted the Zika virus. Prince made what is believed to be his final public appearance on Saturday at a dance party in Minnesota. He was keen for people to have living proof that he was still alive, and he arrived at the bash to show off his new guitar and piano. Why did he need to show people that he was still alive? Living proof that he was still alive? What, were people talking about him being dead? Here we go. There's his second wife, married in 2004. There's his first wife. What's her name? Maite Garcia. Oh, and someone just happened to take a snapshot of her getting the bad news on a cell phone. How handy is that? And it's shown over Daily Fail within hours. Amazing that. There we go. There's emotional farewell. There's lots of pics of him. I'll just skip through them all. What do we got here? I'll just show a few more. There's the cheers, flowers, love you Prince. There's his star on, where is it? Makeshift Memorial, First Avenue, Minneapolis. Well, there's a few dancing, commemorating his life. There's his, Jesus Christ, look at the size of this cop, will you? Look, sure you didn't eat, Prince? I mean, fucking hell. How do these cops in America get so fat and so... You're telling me this guy can chase someone, you know, if he's chasing a bloody thief or something? What hope has this fat slob got? Have a look at him. They're freaking all obese. Anyway. There we are, lots of pics. Like I said, funny how all these celebrities die mysteriously. Did he say too much about chemtrails? Obviously they didn't kill him straight away because it would have been probably too obvious. So the boys in the back room said, yeah, we'll wait a few years. We don't like this guy talking, saying what he said, but he won't last long. We'll pick a time in a moment, and goodbye, Prince. Well, it's lucky I'm not a famous actor because I did a lot of work on chemtrails 3 or 4 years back. I'm going to put up these videos again. I got attacked viciously by, yes, all sorts of people trying to stop me. Well, I'm still alive, but like I said, lucky I'm not famous like him because I'd probably be 6 foot under right now. Anyway, so make up your own minds. Was he knocked off because he spoke too much about chemtrails? 57, very young age to die. And of course, like I said, all these entertainers seem to die mysteriously.